Okay, hopefully you guys should be seeing this again. Um, I've actually got the full version of XSplit, so that lets me broadcast in 720. Although generally I can't broadcast anything except games like Gnomoria in 720 because my internet connection's crappy and I just drop frames all over the place. Hi MC Gamer. Oh, hey Dave Johnson. Yeah, yeah, I know what you mean. It's when I play Minecraft, I can't do better than 480p. I'm just stuck. But what I probably will do anyway is I'll start a new game. I guess I'm just gonna about once every 10 seconds click on randomize name. Actually, first one of you guys to post a name that you want to see me call my kingdom, that's what I'll call it. I'll go with a standard kingdom, and I'll go with everything else pretty much just standard. But yeah, if you guys can think of a good kingdom name. Oh, Ryan got in first. The Sleeping Creeper. Nice. So here we go. Yeah, I'm supposed to get like a 3 megabit upload connection, but for some reason I've been having a bit of trouble here lately, and I only seem to get about a 1 meg upload. So it's Honest Prism, I think Ryan might have a bit of trouble with that. He lives in Australia and Verizon doesn't do anything in Australia, so he's kind of stuck. But also, okay, so I guess for those of you who haven't seen, here is the game. I'll try and keep panning speeds to be not super quick. Let's just zoom out a little bit and show you guys where everything is. Okay, so we have some kind of mountain things here. So you can see if I use the scroll wheel, I can scroll up to show the top of this pretty high mountain here. So there are awesome. No, I didn't know that. That's cool. I found out you can rotate though using the little arrow brackets, but I totally didn't know you could just rotate like that. What I'm actually looking for is things like apple trees and stuff that are gonna give me a good source of food. But I'm pretty much gonna start off the way I always start off. I'm gonna dig this whole section here out. And that should, I need to get rid of those trees. So I'm going to agriculture, going to fell some trees. What should I change the title to? It says playing Gnomoria. Or have I done something wrong and it's not coming up like that? Because that's how it's come up for me. Looks like you've broken something, Anime Jerk. Okay, cool. So at least it's working for most people. I totally just took the focus away from the window though, so I was clicking for ages and nothing was happening. So I'm just going to harvest just a couple of these trees around here, and then I'm going to set my little busy gnomes to just forage a whole lot of stuff on this area here. See, these are all little strawberry plants, and you can use strawberry plants for eating, for cooking into food, and for making wine out of. Gnomes are just like dwarves. They are little drunkards. But I don't actually know, if there's a real sort of end game purpose to this. I think I've been playing Dwarf Fortress for just a couple of days now. Actually, it's probably been closer to a week now. Do they live in trees? Does what live in trees? Because I guess I've got to cut down a whole heap of trees because that's pretty much how everything starts. So I'm just trying to clear out a little bit of area sort of around my gnomes. And then what I'm going to do is unpause the game in a second. Oh, I totally forgot to mention that. I've currently got the game paused, which you can see just here in this top menu. So I'm going to press spacebar now, and that's going to unpause it. And you can see that my miner's gone off, and he started. Oh, actually, my 2 miners have gone off, and they've started doing that. I've got my I don't even know what you call them, my little woods people, going off and cutting down trees, and these people are foraging for strawberries and stuff like that. Basically, the reason I want to do this is I want to make a pasture for my yaks. I want to use the whole top of this area for it. And it's pretty important to pasture your yaks really quickly, otherwise they just nick off. So he's totally got himself stuck now because he's an incompetent little dwarf. So I'm going to have to go build terrain, build a ramp up. Whoops. Okay, pause. Build terrain, ramp up. I'm just going to make it out of soil because that's easiest. And someone should hopefully come along and build that, and then he'll be able to get down. I think he's undesignated it now. Whoops. Darn it, darn it, darn it. Stop. Stop. I've just dug a hole in my roof there. Yeah, those things that look like little poos, they're piles of dirt. And eventually you can get them to sort it out. But it's one of those things where sometimes things just work really well, and sometimes you just end up with incompetent little gnomes that don't know what they're doing. And see, I told her not to take that away, and she went and did it anyway. So now I've got to put a terrain floor back in. And I think once I've got some floors there... hey David. Yeah, fair comment. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to just tell him to mine these walls out, and then I'll work out how to get the floors out later. Because I don't like floating floors. I wonder if I can build a ramp up and have that work. Build a soil ramp. I think that's the right spot for it. No. Okay, so I've got to have a bit of wall to be able to build a ramp. Okay, so let's build terrain. Build some more floating soil floors. Okay, now hopefully someone should come up and build all that floor in, and then piece by piece I can mine it out. Okay, so I'm going to leave that there just for now because I fear that my people are incompetent, and it's not tycoony, it's more dwarf fortressy. It's called Gnomoria, and it's pretty cool. No, the world's not infinite. The world's actually that big. So you can pick how big you want the world to be, but what the world is you can see at the moment my depth says 25. So I've gone like 25 units up above. There you go, Ryan's answered already. And yeah, it goes a long way down. So I'm just going to get back to around ground level. And I'm going to tell my gnomes now to actually do something useful with their time and to start mining their way in. I have a little bit of a plan for this whole thing, and I'm not sure if it's going to pay off. Yeah, apparently once you get down to about -50, that's where you start finding iron and things like that. But I haven't got that far yet, I only find copper. What I'm going to do now is put 2 stairs down, and then another 2 stairs down, and you can see that now I'm like kind of right into the real heart of the mountain here. So this is going to be the point where I start to mine things out a bit, and it's going to be almost like an entrance hallway. Whoops, scrolling the wrong way. So you can see my little miners have mined down now, and then mined out a little bit of a hallway. No, unfortunately the game's not free. The game it's something like $8, something like that. It's excellent value, but yeah, unfortunately just not free. But yes, yeah, Ryan is right, the demo is free. So far, I'm still, as you can see up here in the top right hand corner, I'm on the first day. And the way it works is you get 6 days for free in the demo. So yeah, I think it's one of those games where it's for some people and it's not for other people. But I was actually, in fact, planning on live streaming the Solar Survival Challenge with D-Winged again tonight, but that didn't work, pretty much because I haven't been able to get a hold of him. I've been trying to get a hold of him for, well, probably the last half hour, and just haven't been able to get a hold of him. So I thought, instead of not doing anything at all, I thought I would live stream this and I would see kind of how things go and see what happens. But I really need to set up a bit of a pasture for my yaks so they don't keep running off. So I'm going to say, where is it? Designate area, pasture. I don't want this to be a permanent pasture, but I got to put them somewhere, because otherwise, there's one. See, I have no idea where the other one is. So he's nicked off somewhere. Yep, not a clue where he went. But okay, I thought, now I guess I better explain a few things now. Up in the top left hand corner, you can see that it says depth of 3. That's basically the height that I'm at. So that will kind of go up and down as I move the scroll wheel and show you all the different areas. I have 145 food and I have 128 drink. So those numbers will become pretty important a bit later. Right now they're not super important, because I guess basically the way I'm doing this is I'm going to run just a massive corridor that's going to be kind of the backbone of my base. But yeah, the reason why drink isn't super important right now... okay, there you go. I totally didn't check his Facebook page. Stronghold Crusader. Honest Prism, I haven't actually tried that game at all. Is that a free game or is that like a Steam game? Because no, I haven't checked it out, and I hadn't sort of even really thought to check any kind of game like that unless someone recommends it to me. Okay, is it expensive? Is it I guess equally importantly, is it worth getting? Okay. Okay, so you can see now these are all like little dirt clumps, and just up here what I've got to is I've got to some stone. That's grey stone. There's a number of different colours of stone, but they don't really change anything except for how it looks really. It's more just an aesthetic sort of thing. So I'm going to leave one piece of wall in there, and I'll make this area here into just a really big stockpile. Okay, so it's a pretty cheap game. That's not too bad. Okay. Yeah, ooh, and we have some red stuff there, which if I if I rotate the screen around, so I'm clicking on the front of it, you can see that's a bit of clay. I don't actually know what the purpose of clay is, but I'm sure, like most things, it has a purpose. Now you might wonder what the reason I'm digging this kind of big wall out and doing this stuff like this is. It's because I can't mine this floor out while there's stuff sitting on it. So what I've got to do is get all the stuff off it and then move it inside. So I guess I'm going to let my miners mine for a little while. Actually, while my miners are mining, I'll just quickly show you. You've got this population window that lets you have a look at all your different people. And you can see at the moment pretty much all of my people are idle, except for my 2 miners. And idle people is bad, because they're not doing anything. So what I'm going to do is just quickly set up some farms, because I'm going to have to start farming sooner or later. And I'm going to plant strawberries, because I'm going to need lots of strawberries for strawberry wine. And then I'm going to plant a whole lot of cotton if I've got enough. Excellent, just enough, because I'm going to need lots of cotton as well. Oh wow, the price really has gone up, $39.95. Yeah, I fully... Why is there no floor there? Okay. Build. Maybe that was my issue. Maybe I was trying to build too high up in the air. Build terrain. Floor. Okay, that looks much better. So you can see now here how some of these dirt areas are starting to regrow the grass. Black the Bob, yeah, it is a really fun game. It's kind of a bit addictive though, so if you're like me and you tend to play games for longer than you should when you're not supposed to be playing them, this is probably not the game you should start off with, because you can really just lose so much of your life doing it. And it's not too confusing, and I fully understand what you're saying, Ryan, but I've been having a bit of a look at Dwarf Fortress, and pretty much the way this game is being described by people is Dwarf Fortress Lite. So I think that's probably a pretty good description. That on the surface it seems quite complex, but overall it's really pretty good. Once you get the hang of the kind of way to start out, and I'm kind of hoping that you guys will get that in the next hour or so while I'm streaming, and then I guess you guys can see me make a few mistakes and see how I sort of plan some things. So you can see now that they've dug out all of that area, my miners are going to be having nothing to do. So I'm going to create a stockpile, and I'm basically going to fill up that whole 12 by 12 area, and for now I'm going to tell them to bring absolutely everything and put it all in this stockpile. Yeah, I'm going to do that. The only thing I don't know about the market store, Ryan, is exactly how big it needs to be. I know in Dwarf Fortress you need to have a 3 by 3 area so that the caravans and things can get in, but I'm not sure if it's the same with this. I'm not sure whether I need to go for the whole, like the 3 by 3 or whatever kind of thing it is. But what I do need to do is I need to start. So you can see my miners and everyone is right now putting clumps of dirt down. So you can see just there's now 19, 20. So they're pretty much moving all this dirt and plonking it all in there. And the reason they're doing that is to get it out of the way, because each tile can only hold one thing. So they're going to find some stuff from some other places and put it there. And hopefully while they're doing that, I'm going to get my miners to mine out a bunch of little 4 by 3 areas here, and basically I'm going to build my first level to be my workshops. I'm going to build it all out of dirt though. I don't want to get stuck building it out of rock, because it takes way longer to mine rock than it does dirt, and what that should give me is a good little kind of initial starting area. So they've mined all that out now. Now that that's happened, basically what I can do is I can start to actually build some of the things that you're going to need. So I'm going to build a sawmill to start with. To get that I need 10 of any kind of raw stone and 10 of any logs. So you can see I've got 98 logs and I've got 14 marble. So marble was that little rock there that I mined out. So I'm going to rotate this workshop around and then just plonk it just there in the corner. And now if I go to population, you'll see that hopefully someone right now is building a workshop. There you go. So Blubberspnik is doing that. I wonder if I can rename these people. Ah, sweet. Okay, so I guess I currently have 2 miners, 2 woodcutters, 2 farmers, a rancher and 2 builders. You guys who are watching the stream, I've got 9 guys, there's 7 of you though. I'm going to be the first one. Hey, why did that not change? Astocky is in good health. So I guess the question is, which ones do you guys want to be? You let me know, and first come first serve, I'll start naming my little guys after you guys. So Ryan wants the other miner. Okay. Farmer number 1 is Black the Bob. The MC Gamer wants woodcutter number 1. And anyone else who wants me to name them after something, just let me know, and I will do that basically as soon as you guys want. So you can see now this little dude here with the top hat who looks awesome. Honest Prism, unfortunately I've only got 2 miners and both the miners are taken, so you can either be a woodcutter, a farmer, a rancher or a builder. So you can see he's dropping off all these little logs here, and if I click there you can see there are currently 2 logs, and so once he's piled up 10 logs he'll run over this way and grab all of this marble, and then he'll bring the marble all the way over and drop it off there as well, and then that'll basically have completed the workshop. And once the workshop's finished he'll start doing stuff. So I wish I knew how it was that I could just find out straight away really quickly who was idle, but it looks like all of these guys are doing something, which is cool. So rancher, we want the Honest Prism. So the Honest Prism is quite fit, quite charming, not bad. He's not a bad fighter. He's pretty good at leatherworking, not bad at animal husbandry, and he's good at butchering. So you're going to be cutting up all that dudes and you're going to be making sausages. Because I think that's pretty much all they can eat. They eat like yak sausages, and then I think they can drink some milk and do some other stuff like that. But that's pretty much all that I know of that they can do. But I guess now that I've got this little workshop area carved out, what I'm going to do is go to my miners, because it annoys me when my miners do things other than mining. So what I'm going to go is go into MISC, and I can turn off their hauling. So that makes him a custom class now, but he's still a miner. And by doing that, he is gonna describes you completely, hey? Nice one. So yeah, that's gonna stop him from hauling, and so now when I go and run the game for just a little while, it should come up that he's now idle. Yep, so they're both idle, which means they are now ready to start mining down. So dig, stairs down, so I'll line them up again, and we'll go down. Darn it, I missed. Whatever. And now I'm going to turn to the right, and go down, and that'll take me down to level 10, and I'm really hoping that by level 10 I'll start to find some useful things that I can start to, I guess, make some armor and stuff out of. And if I don't find some straight away, you know, hopefully I'm not too far away from getting it. I'd like to find some coal as well while I'm doing it, so if I don't find it soon, then I'll start my exploratory mining. Wow, so you can see here my farm is really starting to become a good size. If I go to my stocks, you can see that I've got way too much dirt. lots of raw stone, logs, fibres, seeds. You know, I've got plenty of different stuff there. Lots of wine and lots of loaves of bread. I have no furniture, I've got no mechanisms. I got 2 picks and 2 felling axes. I've currently got 1 copper hammer for a weapon, 1 copper helmet and 1 copper breastplate. So I haven't really got a huge stock of gear, but I think what I do have is probably sufficient to last me a little while. They still haven't brought all that stuff in, so until they bring that in I really can't dig that away, and that's bugging me a bit. The next thing that I can do though is, because I've got those, I think it's a bag, a barrel and a crate, I'm basically just going to say build a little 9x9 area there of crates. And basically what crates allow them to do is they allow them to put more than one item on a square. So it's kind of like a super advanced storage system. And then we do the same thing with the other 2, which is bags and barrels. I've only got 1 of each at the moment, so they're not actually going to fill them up. Well, actually, Ryan, the first crate you have is the one that comes just there, because you get 1 of each when you first start off. So by moving them now, I'm going to move them straight into my area. But then, yeah, as soon as he builds that, I'll start making some more crates. So hopefully someone should come and pick that up soon and just take it inside for me. How's he doing? Yeah, there's a heap of logs there, but he hasn't even started transporting. Oh, there he goes. So he's going to pick up those stone coloured poos. Yeah, it's one of those games that there's no real tutorial for it, so sometimes it just takes forever to work out what's going on, and you're like, why are these people not doing that? I've told them to do it. And then you go, because they didn't have the profession to do it, or they're waiting on some material that it doesn't tell you they're waiting for. It'd be really nice if it had like a little pop-up window that popped up and said, hey, you know, your carpenter's not making anything because he's run out of logs or something like that. And so now once this guy has started to make things, then I can start to build workshops, and then I can go to the next one, which is a carpenter. But you can see I need planks and blocks to make a carpenter. So that's not even going to work for me. Maybe I can build something else first. Workshop, stone, stone cutter. Excellent. I need any logs and any raw stone. So I've got plenty of those. So I'll rotate this little dude around and stick him in his workshop. So you can see now that these little Z's are popping up, which means they're all sleepy. So pretty soon I'm going to start getting messages all over the place that say that my gnomes have just fallen asleep. And it pretty much, well, it sucks to be them when they fall asleep. There you go. Ryan just fell asleep on the floor. I betcha, because he's mining, he'll be like way down somewhere. Yep, there he is. Little RyanTheAllmighty. Oh, he's got a mad beard too. That's awesome. Wonder what little Astocky looks like. Oh, who was that? Ah, man, population. Move to. Oh, no way, Astocky's a chick. Ah, whatever. So, if I'm looking now, you can see that I haven't found anything even remotely useful here. I'm just finding a whole lot of red and grey stone, and then I've reached the bottom. So I'm going to start some exploratory mining now. Because they're mining through stone, it's going to take quite a while, but what level are we on? Oh, wrong way. Oh, look at that, that's copper right near the surface. The only problem is if I mine that out, that's going to flood all that water in, which is bad. At least I know where some copper is though, but where's my stuff? Okay. Totally lost my little dudes then. Oh, there we go. So you can see now that that is kind of filled in. That means I have a sawmill. So I'm going to tell my guys to craft a plank and then put it on repeat. So he just makes lots of planks, because you need planks, and so you can see they're starting to move pretty slowly. That's because they're tired, and they move slower when they're tired. But there's nothing I can do about that at the moment, because to make a bed I need to finish this, and then I need to build a loom, I think, which is the device that makes cloth, and then I need to make a carpenter and then turn the cloth and some planks in a bed. So it's going to be a little while before I get there. You can see though up on the time up here, I'm on day 2 at the moment, and like I said, if you want to check the demo out for this game, wow, those guys went quick. Yeah, the demo of this game allows you to play for 6 days. So I think, you know, that's a pretty good start. That's a pretty good way to check out if you actually like something. And you know, this game isn't going to be for everybody, but personally, I think that it's an excellent game. And I wasn't actually going to buy it because of the fact that Dwarf Fortress is free, but Dwarf Fortress is a pretty deep game, and sometimes you just want something that's a little bit lighter and a little bit more fun, and that's where I think this comes in. So which one of these guys are boring? I'm not currently doing anything, and Ryan is sleeping. Everybody else is working hard though, so it's obviously Ryan and I. Oh wait, no, I'm asleep too. Okay. So I took a rest just to give me the energy I needed for my sleep. It's 6 game days. So up on the top right hand corner you can hopefully see that it says the 2nd day of spring. So that means I'm up to day 2. So I don't know exactly how long each day lasts for. Apparently it's set up based on a certain latitude of the Earth, so that days in summer are longer than days in winter. So your spring days that you have are kind of about an average length day. I'm going to mine some more of this out because coal is going to become really useful. Great, absolutely everyone I think is asleep now. It's official, I've got a bunch of slackers. That person there, who's that? The MC Gamer has fallen asleep at the sawmill. What a place to fall asleep. No time at all, and he's going to like end up losing limbs and stuff. There are lots of planks there though, so that's good. I wonder how many planks I can get there before it gets clogged up and can't make any more stuff. They probably have drunk too much, although they probably had a really big walk. But you know, I certainly can't blame Ryan and Astocky for having a few cold ones. I don't think you can actually wake them up. I think when they go to sleep, they just go to sleep, and you just got to deal with the fact that you haven't got a productive gnome. I nearly said dwarf for quite a while. Sure. That's just what you told the police officer. Now these gnomes, I think, are all alcoholics, because they just drink constantly, and I think like real alcoholics too, they get really grumpy if you haven't got enough booze for them. Yeah, that's right. It's like, no bed for you, crack the whip, get going. So yeah, this whole sort of strip mining is really just to keep my miners busy while everybody else is being productive and doing stuff. Because if we jump back up, you can see that they're still, you know, stocking stuff around and moving stuff around, and they've got plenty of jobs except for the ones that are sleeping. And this guy here is supposed to be building this workshop, but I don't know where he's carrying those logs from, because they're all just here, so it's not like they have to carry them very far. Ah, look at that. Got some more area that I can dig away. Now, if anyone knows how to create a hotkey for this game, I would be really, really interested to hear about it. Because in some of these kind of games... Oh, what is that? That is tin. I think that's a good thing. Yeah, I'll be honest. I think if it had been like a $10 game, I might have considered it, but $40 is just a bit too much. But yeah, I think the whole purpose of getting tin is so that I can make bronze. I don't think there's any other real purpose for getting tin. I don't think tin is a particularly useful thing to make like weapons or armor or anything like that out of. So we've got some more tin here. So in not too long, I'm sure I'm going to have more materials and stuff that I actually know what I'm supposed to be doing with. Particularly because I've never actually got to the point where I have to do anything with metal. I've never really got past about, I guess, 5 or 6 days in game. Why are you not built? Okay, so they're starting to take some stone there now. Where did you go? It's probably that, yeah, there you go. The thing is absolutely clogged up with planks. Okay. I didn't realise you could make armour out of tin. Tin armour seems, well, kind of stupid. Wonder if I can easily get over that way. Terrain, mine, wall. Gonna see if I can kind of back onto that vein of copper without letting all the water in. Yeah, I think we were sort of looking a little while ago at doing some Tekkit stuff, but it never really eventuated. I mean, Tekkit is super old now. I mean, it's still on 1.2.5, so I think we had some ideas to do, you know, some different kind of Minecraft Let's Plays, but it was one of those things where if they update Tekkit to like 1.4 or something like that, you know, I think we might do something like that, because we're looking at something that we can do as a group Let's Play again. But I just don't think Tekkit's the right thing for us to do unless they come out with something you know, new and improved soon. But I was having a bit of a look at MC Port Central, which is the place where they do the craft bucket ports that Tekkit's based on, and they haven't actually updated it since 1.2.5. There was no update to 1.3, so oh, look at that. We've now got a stone cutter. So I'm going to tell him to start crafting stone blocks and put it on repeat, because that is going to allow us the next phase of our plan. Actually, yeah, that's pretty true. We could do solitary craft. I don't know if anyone... Oh, there you go. He's already answered the question. I was going to say, I don't know if anyone's actually tried doing proper solitary craft as a server yet, but sounds like it does work, so that might not be too bad. Actually, something I would be really interested in is his Let's Play that he started doing, or his challenge that he started doing, which was the Modern City Challenge, the one where you kind of had to get all the machines and that kind of stuff. I reckon that could be pretty fun as a group sort of effort. And if it works for 1.3.2, that'd be pretty cool as well. I guess it'd be up to, I guess, the viewers if they'd want to see it, and the rest of those guys as well. Yeah, I missed the city challenges as well. The problem was we just got stuck that we couldn't all get together at the time that we wanted to do it. But I think... Ah, seriously? Look at that. Ryan's fallen asleep halfway there, and I've fallen asleep like I'm there. I'm like, tick, tick. I've just fallen asleep. Like I didn't spear myself in the face with my own pick. And this guy is just totally not doing this. Why are you not doing it? Which one of our population is the stone cutter? How do I even find out? Professions. Okay, so it's the miner. Well, it's both of our miners. And I am cracking the whip on the miners at the moment, so I think until I stop giving them more work... At least I've got some copper though now, so I might be able to totally skip the copper age and go straight to the bronze age here. Assuming I got all that tin. I think I did. Yeah, look at that. So I got a heap of little tin nuggets. And now I've got a bunch of copper nuggets as well, so that is... I'm still asleep. What a lazy bum. Yeah, so I guess, would you guys who are on the live stream at the moment be interested in watching a Solitary Craft Modern City Challenge from the Astocky team? Because if you were, you know, I'd be interested in doing that, and I think Hayoki and I think Ryan would as well. Come on. Oh, hi, Bullsy. I just can't believe how many... He just goes through like mod pack after mod pack after mod pack. He's up to 5 now. Does Solitary Craft 5 mean he's about to release it for 1.4? Yeah, because I was about to release mine for 1.3, but not all of the mods had updated yet, so I didn't want to go and release my mod pack for a new updated version of Minecraft unless all the mods were updated. So it's... Yeah, I saw that. It was supposed to be this Thursday, so a couple of days ago they were supposed to release 1.4.3, but I think they found some bugs in it. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to stop mining, and then hopefully Ryan can go and get himself some drink, because he looks like he's really thirsty. Ah, look at that, there we go. Astocky the workaholic, making blocks. Plenty of marble blocks there. So now we should be able to build the next thing. Build, workshop, carpenter. Beautiful. And then we can build the next one. Build, workshop. I have no idea what a stonemason does. Yeah, I completely agree with you. They're going through new versions so fast at the moment that it just makes it hard to do anything. I think though it's probably for the best for Minecraft. Yeah. Although I think the way Forge is kind of going at the moment, Forge is making it so easy for mods to keep everything up to date. So I think as long as Forge keeps kind of doing what Forge is doing and making things easy for people, I think the mods will keep updating fairly quickly. I'm really looking forward to when the mod API comes out. It was supposed to come out for 1.3 and then it was going to be 1.4, and now I think they've almost stopped talking about when it's going to come out next. They still haven't got all that stuff off there though. Terrain, dig, hole. You can see the little sort of blue splatters that are forming every now and then. Those blue splatters are raindrops. So you can see here's my yak pen. If my yak stops moving for a second, I can click on my yak. His health is exhausted, but he's in good health, so I think that means he's getting enough food. I have no way of actually knowing. Okay, they cut stone into shapes and statues and stuff. The problem is I don't have a clue what kind of shapes of stones and statues and stuff I'm likely to actually need in this game. How much coal do I have? 31. I'm just going to make a big bunch of torches and let it keep going. Yeah, I almost think they started trying to get too big for themselves with the making of the whole mod API, and I think they kind of realized that it's pretty hard, and so they stopped. At the very least though, I think they really needed to release a Minecraft server version that has something like bucket plugins, so it's actually useful, because at the moment the vanilla server is pretty rubbish and the craft bucket isn't getting up as updated as it should be, so it's pretty challenging to keep a good server running. Come on, little dudes. Start making torches. So I've got little blocks there, little planks there. This one here is steel and blocks and planks. So this should get built pretty quick. I kind of miss this music when it stops. It's not very good music, but when it... poor Astocky. Gone. Ah, look at that. Ryan's just jumped in my bed as soon as I've fallen out of it. And he's like, "Pfft, you're not going to make them, I'm going to make them." Okay, so here we have a loom now. So I'm going to make bolts of cloth. 2, 3, 4. How many do I need for a bed? Carpenter. To make a bed, I need 2 bolts of cloth, and I've got 9 dwarves, so that means I need at least 18 bolts. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Go! Make me cloth. So we still have plenty of food and plenty of drink, and I'm really hoping that these strawberry farms and that kind of stuff is going to start to work for me soon. But what I really wanted was apple trees. So now I'm going to come over here and cut clippings off all of these apple trees, because I want to start my own apple tree farm up. I'll cut a whole lot of clippings off these ones as well. Because what is very likely going to happen soon is I'm going to run out of planks. And if I at least cut clippings, I can start kind of managing my own tree farm to make sure that doesn't happen too badly. Now, something else that's going to happen, and for those of you who've watched RyanTheAllmighty's Let's Play of this, you get attacked by these, I think they're like ant people, and they just slaughter you. So honest, yeah, I totally know how that is. I really try not to cuss and swear too much when I'm recording videos. Sometimes it just happens though, and when it does happen, you've kind of got the option of either just dealing with it or kind of cutting it out to. I guess I kind of like the videos to be watchable by anyone, and I don't like the idea of too much profanities kind of making people feel uncomfortable. The stone cutter, no one's working at the stone cutter. So I'll go back to my stocks, and if I go to goods and stone, you can see I've currently got 20 stone blocks and 600 raw stone. So I've got plenty of raw stone, but those 20 blocks should hopefully allow me to build some more workshops. So I'm going to build a kitchen. He needs a table. Okay, so carpenter, time to make a table. And then you should have 4 bolts of cloth. That's not going to be enough to make anything but 2 beds, but at least I can set a bit of a dormitory up then. I don't know where I'm going to do it though. Might just do it here. That's a 3 wide. I only want it 2 wide. No, too late. Dormitories here. There we go. That is going to be my dormitory. Now that I've made those torches, how many have I got? Oh, I got heaps of them. What I'm going to do is start placing them, because any area yeah, that was on his sorry, I'm just catching up with reading the comments. That was on his 1.1 hero craft or 1.2 hero, must have been 1.1. It was a pretty early version of his hero craft. I totally remember seeing that because I was laughing my ass off at him. But particularly once you really get far making lots of different, I guess different kinds of like industrial craft items and things like that, it's really a pain when something just comes along and blows up all of your fun. I don't know how many torches I've made, but I want to make enough torches that everything kind of stays lit up, because I haven't had it happen to me, but I believe you can have certain kinds of golems and things appear and spawn on the ground, and I know goblins and things spawn as well. Yeah, it makes him sound cute and cuddly. The whole, charming thing, I don't think it fits the name. But have we got beds yet? There's the carpenter. So no beds yet. Have we got cloth? You are not making any cloth. So I guess this is one of those games where sometimes it can be really exciting and really fun, and other times you can just be kind of sitting here going, I wish something exciting would happen. And it's night time, so nothing's kind of happening out here. Wow, look at that. These guys have just gone and clipped all of those trees in like super rapid record time. Look at them. Boom, 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 boom. Now, I don't think the problem with people sleeping is I can't film them, because they don't sleep in bed, so they just kind of fall asleep wherever they want, and you can't zoom in anymore either. Otherwise it'd be kind of like a creepy version of The Sims. Although sometimes I wish you had the same control over these little gnomes that you do over The Sims, because these gnomes are they're just very unpleasant people sometimes. So you can see here, this is now fairly well lit up. I mean, it's not ideal. If we go right down to the bottom, you can see that's, it's not ideal either, but it's not too bad. But back up to the top, I need beds. Still making torches. She's going to make the table and then she's going to make some beds. Beautiful. And then after that I'm going to make her make 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I need at least 9 beds so that each person has a bed. I'm not going to place them all at once. This is going to be like a bit of a anyone who wants can sleep dormitory. But then I'm going to mine them out individual bedrooms each soon. I kind of want to do it out of the dirt though. But I don't want it to be on the same area as the workshop, so maybe I will make it out of stone a bit later on. Everyone's falling asleep on the floor on me. Come on, have we got a bed yet? Excellent, we've got a bed. Okay. Build. Two beds, eh? Might go build furniture. Build furniture. Come on. Crappy mouse interface. That'll at least be a good start for now. And now, how do I designate area? Dormitory. So now we have a dormitory, so anyone who's feeling tired should be able to go in there and just have a snooze instead of falling asleep on the floor or on the job. Got a heap more beds coming on. We've got 12 bolts of cloth now, so we're We're getting there. Finally got someone. Just a little. I think it's it's almost like the creepy uncle when they're kind of at a Christmas party and they say something really weird and everyone just goes ha 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 ha. Ooh, let's not talk to him anymore. Yeah, I mean, if you don't want to pay for this particular game, because I mean, I'm only up to the 5th day so far, so I haven't even got to the point yet where you would have to pay for it. But certainly, if you wanted to buy the game, I mean, the price of it is really very reasonable. I think though, if you wanted to try and get a very similar game that's free, check out Dwarf Fortress. I mean, it is a really complicated game, so I'm not gonna deny that. Astocky idle and Ryan sleeping. Yeah, I think at the time when you did the giveaway, it just wasn't quite the right time. I think not enough sort of people really knew about the game, or other than your sort of quick let's play had really seen it. I think you'd probably get a lot more people interested in it now. Because I mean, there's been quite a lot of people that are, you know, pretty big YouTubers doing spotlights of this game and playing this game. So I think it's getting more and more popular. Well, I mean, to be honest, I totally would have never ever seen this game or looked at Dwarf Fortress or anything like that if you hadn't played it. So I'm actually really glad that you did. And actually, even though you got totally slaughtered in the end, even by just a lousy little beetle, I mean, it just cracked me up and made me laugh. Particularly when you were like, wow, you know, how can this get any worse? I just got slaughtered by a beetle, and then ant people come and eat you. These kind of games just know how to do that to you. If you go to the Dwarf Fortress wiki and you search for the word fun, it basically says that fun is playing for hours and hours and hours and putting heaps of effort in and then dying a horrible way right at the end of the game. So I think that pretty much sums up these kind of games where, because there's no way you can win, everything is really about trying to see how long you can go before you die. So when kind of the best you can hope for is to live for a while before you die horribly, I think, you know, it should be expected that you're going to die a painful death. So now that I've got now that I've got this pretty much all sorted, what does that say there? Cotton seeds. I've got lots and lots and lots of strawberries there on my strawberry farm. This game was on Desura, I think. Or at least that's where I got it from. I'm not actually sure where Ryan found it though, but it was a pretty awesome find. Now, I want to set up an apple farm, so I'm going to plant some trees. Got 67 of them. I think I'm probably going to go like a... Oh, that'll do. That's going to be my little apple tree farm. I'm going to see how many of the other ones I've got as well. Pine clippings, got a heap of them. So I'll leave a bit of a gap and then just do a big pine area. Going to be one with nature. You know, I guess the closest I've ever been to legitimately being in the end is when I played Tekkit 6, I think it was, and I had like the quantum armor and a bunch of other stuff, so it's not exactly what I would call legitimate. It was pretty cool though. Why are you not making more beds? Probably because I've got you planting trees and stuff, don't I? Look at that, yak milk. Lots and lots and lots of yak milk. I wonder if yak milk goes off. Yeah, I mean, Tekkit 6 was ages ago, because I think that was for like Minecraft. Was that Minecraft 1? Or was that Tekkit 5? Yeah, I mean, actually I think it was Tekkit 5 was the first one. It was Tekkit 6 was for 1.1. But yeah, I was having a look through some of my really old YouTube videos the other day, and I went back to my very first ones when I was playing the Yog box when I first started recording, and that was pretty bad. Yeah, that stupid reactor house. Uh-oh. A honey badger. So you guys might go, ooh, look, it's a honey badger. But it's not a honey badger. These things are evil. Like, it's got fighting of 22, dodge of 22. I think my best guy has like something like 12 fighting or something like that. So this person here is going to see the honey badger, and it's going to go rawr, and she's going to run away really fast. But yeah, yaks do breed. I don't know. I don't even know how you tell. Oh yeah, yak female. Yak male. Oh yeah. Maybe that's why they're exhausted all the time. Oh, he's just bolted off. That's good. I hope he's not coming back either, because I'm not about to mess with the honey badger. Why is no one making... Sorry, goods, cloth. Got 28 fibers. Why is no one making any cloth? Make more cloth. Are you serious about that? They can't be one of the toughest animals in Africa. You'd hear more about them, and they'd be on like the TV and stuff more often. Not that I'm suggesting for a second that TV is like, you know, the legitimate way to know how tough an animal is, but I'm sure I would have seen more documentaries. Maybe I need to start on my metalworking and stuff then. Whoops, that's the button I wanted. Got heaps of marble blocks there, so let's try and get this industry going. Build workshop. I'm going to build a distillery. Then I'm going to queue my carpenter up to build some barrels and some crates, and that should be enough. Then I've got my distillery coming. Build workshop, food and drink. Build a kitchen, and then just in this little area just here I'm going to start with my metal kind of stuff. So I'm going to build another workshop. This time I'm going to go for a furnace. Rotate that around, chuck him down there. I'm just going to pause the game for a second. I think I will check out that honey badger, but yeah, probably not right now during the video. Actually, you know what? Maybe I should. Just have to work out how I'm going to do that on Twitch. Maybe I'll have to do it later. Build workshop. Maybe I'll splice it in at the end of the video. I'll actually write that down. Honey badger. So then we need build, workshop, metal, forge. I've got some friends from Canada who are looking at coming over to Australia next year, so I sent them some videos about koalas attacking people. They legitimately thought they were cute and cuddly creatures that you could just walk up to in the bush and pat. Makes me smile. I sent them some videos of some funnel web spiders as well, but they didn't think they were quite as funny. That's such an awesome ad. Okay, what are my guys doing? Status. Sleeping, stocking, planting, crafting. It's a pretty big team effort. Hey, there he is, look at that. Plant that tree. Oh wow, so yeah, he's got to come all the way up here to pick them up. So here I've got lots of cotton coming up. Do I have to tell them to forage and actually collect it, or do they do it themselves? No, okay, they must do it themselves. Maybe they can't grow anymore while there's still one sitting on top there. Definitely going to have to start making some strawberry wine. My dormitory's turned out pretty well though, everyone seems pretty happy. A couple more torches, a table and a bed. Black the Blob, no, I haven't got PlanetSide 2. I think I've watched some videos of it on YouTube though, but I kind of went on a bit of a splurge a little while ago and bought a couple of retro game packs, and I spent probably more money than I should on games. So I think because of that, what I'll probably end up doing is waiting until around about Christmas or something and then buying a few more games. So until then I'm just going to have to play what I've got. Come on, little dudes. I'm pretty impressed though just how big these torches light up. You can see that it hasn't lit up over here, so I'm going to have to build furniture torch, put another one down, because like I said, I don't want it to be dark anywhere. This is kind of the bit where the game kind of gets a bit drawn out, because you've got to kind of wait for all your different people to do it. And this is why I wish I could micromanage them a bit more, because I've got 4 ongoing construction tasks and I just don't think that anyone is building. It's like my builder is currently stocking items and my other builder is currently stocking items. So I'm going to fix that. Stop stocking items. You can definitely do construction, but no hauling. And you, other builder, which is Bing and Boodlebo. Bing and Boodlo. So you are going to have to do the same thing and be a constructor, but not a hauler. So build! Build like the wind, you crazy people! And now if I go population and check them again, they're both idle. Task build workshop requires construction 1. That should be either of my builders. If they're still idle, they need smacking up. Needs construction 1. Come on, your job must be construction. Where's construction? Construction 21. So you are my constructor dude, and yet you're not constructing things. So slack. Okay. Come on, just do it. You know what? That is a really good question, honest. I have no idea if gnomes have babies. I'm sure they must. I know after a little while you get migrants, and when the migrants come in, you obviously get new gnomes, and I think you start with 9, and depending on how well you're doing, you can end up getting a whole lot more of them. But I'm not 100% sure about that. Just trying to work out where it is that I want to make my little gnomes' homes. Because I want to keep them away from these workshops because they're noisy. So I'm thinking... totally forgot to create any doors. So if the bad guys wanted to come in, they could just go da 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 and just stroll straight in and just eat all my people. So I've got to fix that. And I'm going to designate... I think red's a nice soft kind of moody colour. Yeah, I think things would be going a lot quicker if I had more gnomes. Unfortunately, I just don't know that there's a way to get gnomes more quickly. I mean, there must be something you can do, but I just don't know what it is. That's not going to work because you can't mine right to the edge of the map. So then we'll do another bit of a corridor, build out some rooms for them, make them feel like they're wanted. Ah, there you go. I need a grand hall, and I need chairs, and I need tables. So, grand hall, hey? Well, let's go. Designate area. Dining room. Great hall. There we go. Nice work. Okay, so now I need chairs and tables. So, that's your job. Table. 8 tables. And let's go for that many chairs. That sounds good. So now we've just got to work out where we're going to build these things. So let's go terrain. Nope. Build. Furniture. Table. Let's build like a banquet table. I want a flashy one though. So let's go. So that's 7 pieces of table. And then we'll leave a bit of a gap. And then we'll do another 7 there. This is going to be the best dining hall ever. Oops. Come on. Build. Furniture. Chair. Okay, I haven't got any chairs yet, so I can't build any. Man, these gnomes are going to be all like, wow, look at this. Yep, you can totally do that. When you go to population, you can change the profession of your gnome by just clicking a sign and just dropping down there and calling them whatever you want to call them. And there's actually quite a lot of professions like jewelers and engineers and things that you don't start with by default. But I find rather than changing their profession, it's just easier to go to the gnome and then just change their profession manually to be exactly what you like. The problem with making it infinite is because it's so deep, it kind of gets stuck where it starts to lag really bad if it gets too big. Why are you not making anything? You're going to have to be a higher priority now. So by making that a priority 4, that should mean it's more likely to get done than something else. Got 3 beds and 2 torches though, so head down here to where the bedrooms are and build these torches out a bit. Hopefully that'll light things up a bit. For now we can go build furniture, bed. Put 1 bed in the center of each room. and then hopefully once I have enough beds that'll make everyone happy. Although I think they want doors as well. But let's designate area. Where are personal quarters? There we go. So that is going to be for Astocky. That is going to be for RyanTheAllmighty. That one there. For the MC Gamer. That one there for Omeo. Should be Nomeo. That one there for Black the Bob. Fispin. The Honest Prism. I don't know if there's a king. I know that in Dwarf Fortress you get kings, but you know what? I have no idea if this game goes that far yet. It's still technically an alpha. The person who's making the game has decided that it's not, you know, quite what they would call ready for release yet. So until it gets to what they call ready for release, they're not going to do that. Now what on earth are my carpenters doing? The MC Gamer and Omeo, they are both stocking items. Okay, I need some people to stock items, so I do want them to do that. But really, come on, build this thing. Just build it! I think there should be a leader for a Grand Hall, but I don't know if you want to need to have one. Yeah, the thing is, I've got the 3 beds there at the moment, but these 6 guys aren't going to have beds until I pull these apart. And I don't want to pull these apart just in case they end up with some more people turning up. Trying to find out where the whole meeting thing is. Market stall, there we go. Oh, it's just a tiny little one as well. Yeah, let's just mine this out. Just here, right at the end. That should make it easy for the market people to get in. Look at those miners. They were just ready for something to do. Build, workshop, build, workshop, miscellaneous, market stall. Perfect. So new gnomes will come at the end of the first season. If only by the end of the first season I actually had something to trade with them, because at the moment these guys are just spending so much time planting saplings. The more value in my kingdom, the more gnomes that come. Okay, I need to add more value. How do I know how much my value is? Ah, sweet. Total worth 2,300. That sounds good. Yes. You will have to wait a while. But the day, like Ryan said, the days are pretty short. It's not 7 days. It's not like a full 28-day season though, or anything like that. It's much shorter than that. Come on, why don't you just build something, please? Okay, I have to do it now. This stockpile is now banned from soil and stone, because it's taking too long for them to move it all here. So just cut it out, no more. So now hopefully they should just be picking up pieces of copper and stuff like that. What I might actually do is, I think my miner's idle, yep. My miners and both of my builders are idle. I don't understand why my builders aren't building. I've done something wrong, I think. You. Profession. You've got construction. Maybe that's construction for other things. Yeah, I'm totally confused now. Hey Toffman, how you going? This is Gnomoria. What was that building? Distillery. Okay, so I'm thinking that maybe one of these builders needs to have the profession of like brewing, I think it is. Agriculture. Cooking. I know I said brewing, but I'm going to give the next guy a brewing. Because I clicked on the wrong button and I don't want to do it back. So now, let's check if they do that. What are these guys doing? RyanTheAllmighty is status idle. Typical. Okay, so seeing as that's going to be like that, and those guys are just going to sit around and do nothing, time to get some more tin. Sick to death of these slackers from the Astocky team. Yes, I did. I watched Ryan's Let's Play, and I saw just how disorganised he was and how his stockpiles were like getting full in 5 minutes, and so I decided that I wanted to do it better. But yeah, you're definitely right, it is really easy to mine things out when all your walls are just dirt. Okay. Why is nobody building that workshop? Population. You need to go build it. I don't understand why you're not building. I just don't get it. Maybe there's no planks. Yeah, that could totally do it. Wood. I have no wood and no planks. Okay, so that would explain why absolutely nothing is getting built, because I'm a bad manager. So let's now go agriculture, fell trees. Let's do this thing proper. So yeah, so this is one of those games where they won't tell you why they're not doing anything. They will just not do it. And at the end of them not doing something for 25 minutes, you'll work out exactly why it is they're not doing anything, and you'll hate them, and you'll realise there's not much you can do about it. And I think though, because I have all my people over here, you know, planting 1 million trees, that's probably not helped. So what I think I'm going to do now is go to population and turn off their ability to plant trees. Agriculture. Must be horticulture. No, I have no idea. I don't want to turn it off in case he doesn't do anything at all then. I sort of did. You know, it's like a hill, and I've kind of gone in and then down a bit. It's kind of like a hill base. You've got the axe, so maybe you're my... Come on, cut some trees. Come on, you know you want to. Excellent. Where did you... Hey, come back. You're hungry. You chop one tree and you're hungry all of a sudden. Oh, at least they're finally now starting to harvest my strawberries. Okay then guys, I'm actually going to have to call this a wraps in a couple of minutes time. I've got some things I have to take care of tomorrow, and it's kind of almost 10 o'clock here at night, so I'm just going to probably just go for a few more minutes and hopefully see now that this guy will start making more planks, and then these things here will start getting built, and once that happens, let's just be creepy. Ooh, look at them. Actually, look at that. There you go. Ryan, Astocky, look at that. In their nice, comfy beds. And then you come up here, and the rest of the team are just, you know, camping out. Yeah, so cut that tree, cut that tree. Oh, look at him, he's rejuvenated. Go, 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 tree, tree, tree. They're like woodcutters on missions now. I did designate a pretty big area for them though. I always go overboard in this. It's also a game that you get the first 6 days for free, so you can check it out to see if you like it. Because you could get very quickly frustrated with the fact that, like I just saw then, no one was building anything and no one was telling me why they weren't building anything. So, you know, if that does happen, yeah, there's not much you can do about it, unfortunately. What do we got? We got our constructors are both idle. So you can be a carpenter for a little while. Like, surprise, you're a carpenter. So get your ass out there. Yeah, look at him go. Man with the top hat. Sweet. You're a pretty bad carpenter though. But what should happen now is the other builder should hopefully start grabbing those planks and start building one of these things. Hopefully. So what is he making? Barrels and stuff. Okay. Because I made this a higher priority than everything else. Because I wanted tables and chairs. Darn it! Yeah, I've got no idea what you're talking about. That's a pretty good question, actually. My favourite food, I really like vanilla ice cream. It's kind of a bit boring though, but I guess I'd probably really like a creamy sort of pasta sauce with some bacon. So almost something like I guess in Australia we call it like a creamy bacon carbonara, but I guess it depends on where in the world you come from what you call it. But that'd probably have to be something that's pretty close to my favourite. Come on, little dude. Make your stuff. So what should happen is, as he makes that, someone should carry it over here, and then as soon as these are full, or his order says to stop making them. Wow, he's got so much stuff to make. He's going to be going forever. Might give the other builder the same job. Profession, wood, carpentry. Then maybe the two of them can kind of team up and work on it together. Boiled octopus just sounds odd. I'm sure it tastes wonderful and everything, but it just sounds odd. I don't know what it is about you Americans and liking peanut butter and chocolate. That just sounds so weird. Vanilla ice cream with peanut butter and chocolate syrup is just... nah. If you had said, you know, with just chocolate syrup, I would have been like, yeah. But then you throw peanut butter on, it's just like, eh. Well, anyhow guys, at least things are starting to move along now, although I'm not really getting everything that I was hoping for. I still haven't started work on these buildings yet, and I'm down to 64 drinks, but I guess I'm gonna have to say goodbye for now, because like I said, I've got some other stuff to do. So thank you heaps for watching guys. I hope you guys have really been enjoying this. I know I've been enjoying this, and yeah, tune in next week when hopefully around about the same time I'm going to end up doing something probably with D-Wing It, but maybe with the whole Astocky team. Ryan and I had some ideas before, so we'll check that out. Anyhow, thank you very much guys for watching. Astocky out.